Shalom, Ahab, Wa, Baraka. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Waha, Rekha, Kwadash, and double honors to the elder apostles, the prophets, and the teachers that have been bringing out this 100% truth for the last 30 plus years, not wavering to the right or to the left. Acts 26 and 22. They're not wavering to the right or to the left after that, after the last 30 plus years. Having their, this is Acts 26 and 22. I'm going to add this into what I'm saying about the elder apostles, the prophets, and the teachers over at GMS, because they've been bringing out this 100% truth for the last 30 plus years, not wavering to the left or to the right or left, doesn't matter. They're not wavering in any direction. Having, this is verse 22, Acts 26 and 22, having therefore obtained help of Yahweh, I continue unto this day, witnessing both to small and great, saying none other things than those which the prophets and Moses did say should come. So that's why we're giving double honors, because they haven't changed anything since the days of old. These other people that are coming up with them cash apps, you better watch out. And that brings me right into this class, because this is going to be in the book of Psalms, and this is going to be a Psalms 49, which is, oh man, Psalms 49. Yep, Psalms 49, which is a great chapter for anybody that studies. They should know. We're going to start from the top. So I'm just going to start off by saying this. This is a warning to all you wicked Israelites. Listen to who this is written to. To the chief musician, a psalm for the sons of Korah. Who was Korah? Come on now. Come on now. Who's Korah? Korah was, remember he told Moses that he no longer needed his services, and that it was too much for him to bear, and that he and his men would take over from the point that they were at. So hear this, all you people, give ear to all ye inhabitants of the world, both low and high, rich and poor together. My mouth shall speak of wisdom, and the meditation of my heart shall be of understanding. So the meditation in his heart is his mind. I'm going to tell you every time until you get it through your mind. Your heart is your mind. So he's meditating in his mind. His meditation of his mind shall be of understanding. So his meditation is meditating on the understanding of the truth. Okay, my mouth shall speak of wisdom, and the meditation of my heart shall be of understanding. I will incline my ear to a parable, and a parable is like speaking in riddles. I will open my dark sayings upon the harp. And I'm gonna get my other computer real quick, because I'm gonna prove that parable's talking about riddles. All right, so watch this. This is beautiful. So like I said, it's like a riddle. So let me read it again. I will incline my ear to a parable. I will open my dark sayings upon the harp. So let's go over to the New Living Translation. It'll make it a little bit easier for you to understand. This is Psalm 49 and verse 4 again in the NLT, and it reads, I will listen carefully to many proverbs and solve riddles with inspiration from a harp. Okay? So those parables and those dark sayings are actually when the Most High speaks to us in the riddles. Therefore should I fear in the days of evil, when iniquity of my hills shall compass me about? Saying, what do I have to be scared of? So watch this. Verse 5. Why should I fear when trouble comes, when enemies surround me? And why should he? See, verse 6. They that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, none of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to Yahweh a ransom for him. So what it's saying is, you guys trust in money, but you can't buy your way into the kingdom, and you can't save any of your friends or family through money. So let me read it in the NLT. They trust in their wealth and boast of great riches, yet they cannot redeem themselves from death. What did I just tell you? You can't buy your way into the kingdom. The kingdom is life. The scriptures are the water of life. This is what gets you. This is what keeps you living in this wicked ass place. Yet they cannot redeem themselves from death by paying a ransom to Yahweh. That's beautiful. For the redemption of their souls is precious, and it ceaseth forever. So in other words, redemption, it does not come easily. For no one can ever pay enough to live forever and never see the grave. You can't buy your way out of death, in other words. You are not going to buy your way out of death. You're not going to spend all of this great money and be able to live forever. Sorry, you're not. So, those who are wise, well, you know what? Let me go ahead and read it in verse 10. For he seeth the wise men die like the fool and the brutish person, and leave their wealth to others. See, their inward, verse 11, their inward thought is that their house shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Now, we already know who that is. But the point is that these guys want to live forever. And eventually, they're going to have to do something about that, aren't they? They're going to have to do something about wanting to live forever. They're not just going to get to live forever. So, and they trust in their money. And what does it say about trusting in money? Let's get that too. Let's get that. Those that trust in riches. What did it say again? Leave their wealth to others, right? So those that trust in riches are going to end up leaving their wealth to others, and that's a good point. So the people that think that they can buy their way out of death are going to be the ones that end up dead. We're all, and it even says even the prophets have to die. Where is that? Verse 10. Yeah, I'm sorry, it was in verse 10. Those who are wise must finally die, just like the foolish and the senseless, leaving all their wealth behind. So you're going to leave your wealth to other people. So let's read it. And he said, it says, for no one can pay enough to live forever. So let's go to Matthew 16 and 25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. You can't buy your way into this kingdom. You're going to end up in death just trying to buy your way in. That's a sin. And whoever will lose his life for my sake, now that person will find it. So the people that, what does it mean to lose your life for his sake? It means to give up. It means going back to Revelation. So what does it mean to lose his life for my sake? So what do they mean? So they'll gain. So it says, let me read it again. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. So, and I'm going to get to that. Ooh, we're going to get to that right now. That's what's really going to start taking us into it. But whosoever shall save his life shall lose it. So anybody that is in this world thinking that they can, like, for example, I'm going to vote for Trump because he's going to save me. He's going to save the country. You trust in man, you're going to die. So whosoever shall save his life is going to lose it. But whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. So what is it saying? It's saying that anybody that comes back to the truth, being an Israelite first, and coming back to that truth sincerely, is going to be redeemed. Okay? So, let's read verse 26 though, because it's really important. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Ooh. And this is for a specific people, because the only people that are going to try to save their lives are the ones that hate Yahweh. The ones that have no faith in Yahweh. The ones that think that they can take matters into their own hands. These people truly hate Yahweh. So let's get them. So we are going in a direction here, because these people are going to do anything they can at a certain point to keep their wealth. And, you know, working towards trying to live forever is part of that. But we've got to get this. Let's start in the book of Isaiah. And it reads in Isaiah chapter 30. Don't go too far. Isaiah chapter 30. And we're just going to start from the top. And what does it read? It says, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, who take counsel, but not of me." You gain the whole world, but you literally sold your soul to get it. And that goes for all of the famous people. There ain't one fucking famous person out there with $1 bazillion in their account, including Nathaniel from IUIC, including Johanna from UPK. I don't know if it's ISUPK anymore, if it's just UPK, but including Johanna, including Deacon Hakah, including Zabak, including every wicked camp leader out there. Alazar. I'm just saying. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, who take counsel, but not of me, who cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may abide, that they may add sin to sin. They walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. So they're not asking permission or nothing. They're taking matters into their own hands. The last class I already told you that if you come to serve the Lord, you got to prepare your soul for temptation. These people are not prepared for temptation. So when temptation comes, they instantly start walking down to Egypt. And that is where your oppressors. We live in spiritual Egypt right now. So that means that we're going back to the oppressor for help when it says walking down to Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of the Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Okay, so let's go down to verse 8. Now go write it before them in a table, and note it in a book, that it may be for a time to come, and forever and ever. That this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of Yahweh, which say to the seer, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. Get ye out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. These people are going against Yahweh. They have no faith. They are not studied. They're not ready for temptation. When temptation hits, they think that that's the way out. They're seeing these things that we see as a temptation. They're seeing them as like I said, it's Trump's our savior, or for all of you other people, like, dare I say it, I mean, Kamala's your savior. But you're trusting in man. You're see they let me read it again. Woe unto the rebellious children who saith to the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me. So, do you understand? When we take counsel, the first thing that happens is we got to call Halal Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. In other words, we got to give all that praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, because He's in control. The rebellious children don't believe that. They don't believe that for a second. Nope, they can fix this themselves. I've fixed everything myself. I've done all this with these hands. So they really believe that they're the ones doing everything. So these children, what do? They walk down into Egypt to strengthen themselves. Let me show you something. Isaiah chapter 31:1. Woe unto them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because there are many, and horsemen, because they are very strong, but look not to not unto the Holy One of Israel. Like I said in Isaiah 30 and 11, get the Holy One of Israel far from before us. So, but look not to the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh. You see that? So, these people are getting ready for a serious destruction. And so when they go down into Egypt for help, just like in the previous chapter, it says that they're walking down to Egypt. Why? Because they're going into Egypt for help. And what kind of help are they going to get when they get there? Let's do it. Let's give this class a full. Let's take a turn right now. Let's see what's going to happen when they get to Egypt. Since we're already there, we're going to have to see what happens. So let's go to Revelation chapter 13. What's going to happen to them when they go down into Egypt for help? Well, this is what's going to happen to them. Let me show you. Revelation chapter 13. Oh, as soon as I wanted to take that turn, the computer stopped working. I don't care. I got this computer too. I'll need to wait for you. Let's go to Revelation chapter 13. And we're going to start at verse 16. We're just going to read verse 16 for right now. Revelation 13 and 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or their foreheads. So when you go down into Egypt for help, what's going to happen to you? You're going to have to receive a charagma, a subdermal implant of a foreign object placed beneath the skin when you go, or in the right hand or the forehead. So you're going to have to receive this, and that's going to be your help when you go down to Egypt. Now, what's going to happen though, and this is really cool because my son brought this up this morning. So I want to get all. I'm gonna have to bring out some of these. I gotta bring these precepts. So this is beautiful. My son brought this out this morning too. He causes all, both small and great. This is verse 16. So let me read. 16 and 17 together. Because my son brought some. My 12-year-old brought something out that he saw on TV. So I want to bring this out, and then I want to get this precept, and it goes directly with what my 12-year-old was talking about. So, he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or their foreheads. And no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And so, the precept. So, let's go over to over to Deuteronomy chapter 28. Because he said that no man might buy, sell, or trade, right? Well, my son was watching this video, and the person had the subdermal implant, and they wanted a drink of water. And so they had to get the water to turn on. And it reminded me of Deuteronomy 28 and 47 through 49. Because thou servest not Yahweh, remember you walked down to Egypt. So you serve not Yahweh with joyfulness and gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemy, which Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger and thirst. Thirst. You got to swipe just to get that drink of water. Bro, you ain't going to get nothing to drink. You ain't going to have nothing to eat. In hunger and in thirst, in nakedness. You got to swipe to go buy them clothes. You got to swipe to pay your taxes. You got to swipe to pay your mortgage. You got to swipe to pay your car note. You got to swipe to buy your food. Anything you need, okay? And in want of all things, he shall put a yoke, that swiper, that subdermal implant is going to be the spiritual yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed thee. So, the point is once you get that yoke of iron upon your neck, believe me, let me get it for you. Let me get it for you. So what my son was saying about the water, you're going to have to swipe just to get a drink of water. But he's going to put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed thee. How's he going to destroy you? By getting you to receive this subdermal implant of a foreign object beneath the skin. Why? Why is that going to be your spiritual yoke? Because let me get the consequences to that yoke. Okay, that's what's important. Let's go to Revelation chapter 14, and we're going to start at verse 9, and it reads, "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice." You know what, let's start at verse 8. Let's start at verse 8. "And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, the great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication." This place is secret Babylon, and it's falling. It's falling. And you can see all the other nations right now trying to act just like this place. They're trying to be, and the ones that aren't, they're having wars with them. So it's going down. Let me keep reading. "So a third angel," verse 9, "a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into a cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb." Now that is going into nuclear destruction. But there are some other things he's going to do to you that I thought was very, very interesting. So I wanted to read also those things. So let's go to Revelation chapter 19. And we're going to go to verse 18. And it reads, because you know that it said that he's going to pour out his wrath without mixture. So let's see what some of that wrath might just turn out to be. Let's go to Revelation 19 and 18. I'm going to start at 17. "And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, Come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great Yahweh." He's telling the birds that there's going to be a great supper, and that supper is going to be all your dead bodies laying in the streets. So, let me prove it. "That ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men." Those are all. And the flesh of the horses, and them, hold on now, and them what? And them that stay on them? Hold on now, let me go ahead and get that. Let's go back to it. Let's go back to it. Because these are the same men that the children of Israel went to help. Remember, they went. Let me read it. Let me read this to you slowly. "That ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, for both free and bond, both small and great." Remember, you're not going to be able to buy, sell, or trade, rich or poor, free or bond, small or great. Well, watch this, because you guys went down to Egypt for help, remember? So let's go back to Isaiah 31 again and read it. Now we read that. It says, "Destruction to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses." Wait a second. It said the captains, the flesh of the mighty men, and the flesh of the horses, and them that sit on horses. So you're woe unto them to go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because there are many. It says the Most High is going to turn them into bird food. Bird food, homie. Bird food. Come on. See, this is why you guys got to build your faith somehow. You know what's not going to happen? That's why it says in the scriptures that that through the foolishness of our teaching, he found us acceptable, because and he knows that you're not going to change, but we still try our best, because there could be that one person. And I think that that's the whole trial and tribulation of teaching. There always could be that one person that you never thought was going to change. But woe unto them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because there are many, and horsemen, because they are very strong. And look not to the Holy One of Israel, nor seek the Lord. So now when you go back to back over here to Revelation 19 and 18, it makes sense, because all of those people are now, the people that they went to get help from are lying dead. That they might eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. And I saw the beast And the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. And so the reason why these guys are going to be dead is because they're going to start war. And it's all part of the prophecy. They want to create a war against Yahweh. Watch this. This is the most beautiful part. And the beast, this is verse 20, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, which he deceived them that received the mark of the beast. So when you go back to, let's get that too. Revelation. Mine went blank for a second. Hold on. Okay, let me read it again. The beast was taken, and with him, that's what it was. Yes. Okay, Revelation chapter 13. Revelation chapter 13. Okay. You want to play games? Okay. You guys already know how the computers do it. Revelation, you get excited. A little bit too much excitement puts too much energy into the computer sometimes, I think. And that makes it kind of go haywire, because we are electric. So you got to remember that. So, okay. Now, I want to show you. I'm going to read 20 again, and I'm going to get the precept out of Revelation 13. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him. And what was those miracles? Watch this. And so, this is Revelation 13 and 14. And he deceived them that dwelt on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. And what was those miracles? Well, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Neuralink, but they're attaching that subdermal implant to people's head, and guess what? It's actually giving them motor skills again. Some people are able to walk again. Some people are able to move around again. So that's a miracle. So he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which we had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by the sword and did live. The beast had the wound, but the rest of that is going into when the Romans almost completely fell and the Byzantine Empire took over for 1,000 years. So we're really not getting into that part. We're getting into the part that it says he deceiveth them that dwelled on the earth. And how they do that? By telling you that this MOTB is it's good for you. It's something that we all need. And pretty soon we're going to be able to know every single aspect of your biological makeup. So we need a biometric system to do that. You have to be digitally subscribed for all of this stuff to work. These are the great miracles that they're deceiving you with. They're telling you it's so cool to not have to use your key to open your door. Really? I don't want to, that's laziness. Really, I got to swipe everything? No, it's because they're lying to you. It's embedded in the lies. So, that false prophet that wrought miracles it's the MOTB is the miracle. That's why it's going. So when I read down from 14, it's going to get all the way to the part where he causes both small and great, rich and poor, right? That's in Revelation 13 and 16. So what was the great miracle? The great miracle is this MOTB that's going to be able to biometrically be implanted. So in other words, it's going to be subdermal beneath the skin, but it's going to be able to, your heart rate, anything goes wrong with you, it's going to be able to life alert, okay? But also at the same time, if Neuralink can have control over your motor skills, and they're making new technologies to have you completely, I would say, delusionalized. So you're going to be seeing stuff that isn't there. You're going to believe alternate realities. They're going to plant new information in your mind. In other words, they're going to take, you're no longer going to be you, and you're no longer going to belong to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Let's move around a little bit more. I'm talking too much now. So we understand that those great miracles literally lines up to the MOTB being, we can save you. But at the same time, if you don't get that thing, you're not going to be able to drink any water. Come on, guys. Let's move around a little bit. Let's go to Revelation chapter 6. And go to verse, I think it's 15. And the kings of the earth and the great men and the rich men and the chief captains and the mighty men and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and the rocks of the mountains. Why? Because there's this great war. I just showed you. They're looking at the other kings that are in that war. God damn! They're bird food now. They're literally getting, so these people are going to go hide in the clefts of the rocks. This is what it's saying. They're going to go hide. Let me read it again. The kings of the earth and the great men and the rich men and chief captains and the mighty men and every bondman and every free man hide themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. So some of these people are going to be destroyed, but then the other ones are going to see this destruction and they're going to go, fuck, I need to raise up. I need to raise up out of here. So what do? They go into their Armageddon bunkers. Remember all these great stories of people building bunkers? They're real. What's gonna happen though when they build bunkers? Let's find out. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah. Because you guys, you brought this MOTB in. The wrath of God is on you. You're seeing all these people getting destroyed. So you go hide in your bunker. Let's see what happens next. This book is literally real time right now, and it's beautiful because this is actually getting ready to happen. Jeremiah 16, starting at verse 16, and we're going to read through 18, and it reads, Behold, I will send many fishers, saith the Lord, and they will fish them. And after I will send many hunters, and they shall hunt them. For from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rock. You got that? Let me keep going. For mine eyes are upon all the ways, and they are not hid from my face, neither are their iniquities hid from mine eyes. And first I will recompense their iniquities and their sins double. You're getting double what you did to us, because they have defiled my land and have defiled my inheritance with the carcasses of the detestable and abominable things. So you guys are going down. That's all there is to it. We're going to pull you right out of the fucking rocks when you go hiding them. So go to your bunker. We're going to know where it's at anyway. Especially you, Rick Ross. You already told everybody about your bunker. We not even go to your bunker. We just blow you up. You can be reborn in the kingdom in righteousness, but you ain't getting no chance. But all of these other nations, we're going to come and get you guys and make you slaves. And let's get that. Because all the kings that we come and pull out of those rocks, let's find out what's going to happen to them. Because this all works together. So when you go down to Isaiah chapter 49 and verse 23, what does it say? It says, And the kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers, and they shall bow down with their face towards the earth, and lick the dust off thy feet, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh. For they shall not be ashamed that wait for me. So wait a second. We're going to go, so these people are going to hate the Most High. This is happening right now. They're having no faith. When temptation comes around, they see it as a way out, not as a trial or a tribulation through Most High. In fact, they hate Most High. They hate Yahweh so much. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. They tell us, don't teach us the stuff in the Bible. Teach us what we want to hear, but keep the Bible far from us. Keep Yahweh far from us. And so what do? When shit hits the fan, they walk down to Egypt. Woe unto those that go down to Egypt for help, right? And when they go down to Egypt for help, what's going to happen? Egypt's going to offer them the MOTB. That is a temptation. They're going to see it as a way out. Oh, this is perfect. This is great. This is what we need. Now I'm not going to be sick. I can do this. I can do that. It looks like they're going to give me some money for doing it. Something's wrong here. Something's wrong here. So you're gonna receive that, and then then you're going to be judged. The full wrath, How juice his full wrath without mixture. I don't even want to mess that up. Let me get that again, because that's what's going to happen. You're going to receive the cup of his indignation without mixture. Let me get it right now. So those people that go down into Egypt for help, what's going to happen is that they're going to drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture. So some of those people are going to have their eye holes melt, eyes melt right in their holes, and their tongues melt. Others are going to be dead in the field from war, and the birds are going to eat them. And others are going to hide in caves, in the clefts of the rocks. And we're going to go pull those ones out. And what are we going to do to them? We're going to make them into slaves. So when you go to Isaiah 49 and 23, they're going to be our slaves, right? So let's read it. And kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and the queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their face towards the earth, and they shall lick up the dust off our feet. And thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, for they shall not be ashamed who wait for me. In fact, let me further prove that. Let's stay in the book of Isaiah and go to chapter 14 and verse 1. Right? I mean, let's close out with that. Let's close out with that. Isaiah 14 and 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, the 1/3 of Israel that's coming back to this truth, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids. Our first slaves are going to be those kings and queens of the earth that hide in the bunkers. We're going to go and pull them right out of the holes in the rocks. So for servants and handmaids, they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Okay? That's simple. And it shall come to pass in the day that Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrows, and from thy fear, and from hard bondage where thou was made to serve, that thou shalt take up a proverb against the king of Babylon, saying to him, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked, and the scepter of the rulers. So all this stuff is going down. We're getting right to the very end. You're going to see this stuff happen in your lifetime. This is a living Bible. What that means that this book has got the prophecies that come true when the people speak them into existence sincerely and righteously. So I got one more verse for you guys, and then I got to get out of here. About to go to Phoenix for the Phoenix camp. Revelation 22 and 12. Behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. So if you're going to go down into Egypt for help and go through life saying that keep Yahweh far from me, you're going to end up in a position of thinking that you can take matters into your own hands and save yourself. But what you're doing is let's get it again. Matthew 16 and 26. Matthew. So what happens when you're taking matters into your own hands? It means that you literally hate Yahweh. You have no trust and you don't believe in him at all. So Matthew 16 and 26. When you take matters into your own hands, this is what you do. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the world and lose his own soul? So you guys that hate Yahweh, you're going to lose your soul. Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? You guys think that you can save yourselves by going back to the oppressor. And we've been telling you for years now, many years, that that's not going to happen. The oppressor only wants you for one reason, and that's for a sacrifice. So with that being said, if you got eyes to see and you got ears to hear, I can only pray sincerely that you got something out of this message. And with that being said, Kal Halala, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Waha, Raka, Kodash. Shalom.